President Trump used a North Carolina rally on Friday to weigh in on a race that is still nearly 2 years away, but already heavy with symbolism, spectacle, and risk capital. His pick, Mike Lindell, the MyPillow founder whose personal brand has become inseparable from election denial, protracted litigation, and a dramatic collapse in corporate fortunes. Speaking in Rocky Mount before a crowd and a White House-hosted livestream, Trump praised Lindell as a political martyr and declared that the longtime ally deserves to be governor of Minnesota. The endorsement places Lindell, 64, firmly in the national spotlight as he seeks to unseat Democratic Governor Tim Walz in 2026, when Walz will be asking voters for an unprecedented third term. Trump's remarks were less a traditional endorsement than a character study, one framed through shared grievance. He portrayed Lindell not as a calculated political operator, but as a businessman who, in Trump's telling, stumbled into political warfare out of civic duty. That man suffered, Trump said, recounting Lindell's legal and financial unraveling after repeatedly promoting conspiracy theories about the 2020 election. He was just a guy that said, "This election was crooked. He fought like hell." The cost of that fight has been substantial and well documented. Over the past 2 years, Lindell has become a fixture in defamation courtrooms. In September, a federal judge ruled against him in a lawsuit brought by Smartmatic, the election technology firm he falsely accused dozens of times of rigging the 2020 election. The ruling followed a separate jury verdict finding Lindell liable for defaming a former Dominion Voting Systems employee, whom he publicly labeled a traitor during a livestream on his own media platform. The financial fallout has been severe. Lindell testified that his net worth, once pegged at roughly $60 million, collapsed into $10 million in debt. Retailers dropped MyPillow en masse. In a 2023 interview with WCCO, Lindell said the company lost $100 million in retail business alone. "I've had to borrow money," he said bluntly at the time. "We're down." For Minnesota's business community, Lindell's candidacy presents a familiar but uncomfortable question. Can a founder whose commercial success was built on retail relationships, brand trust, and distribution discipline credibly pivot to governing a $70 billion state economy after torching many of those same bridges? Lindell argues that the very forces that battered his company make him uniquely qualified. On his campaign website, he frames his rise and fall as proof of resilience. He recounts overcoming drug addiction, building a manufacturing empire, and then enduring what he describes as coordinated efforts to silence him by banks, suppliers, and regulators. "They didn't just attack me," Lindell says. "They went after my companies and employees." His policy platform is broad but blunt, halting fraud in Minnesota, repairing what he calls a failing public school system, lowering property taxes, and deporting undocumented immigrants. It is a message tailored less to swing voters than to a Republican base increasingly skeptical of institutions, public and private alike. Walz, for his part, wasted little time responding. Posting on X, he warned voters against elevating Lindell's brand of politics to the governor's office. "We've seen what happens when we elect a con man to the highest office in America," Walz wrote. "We can't let it happen here in Minnesota." Lindell is one of several Republicans seeking the party's endorsement at the state convention this spring. The field includes House Speaker Lisa DeMuth, former state Senator Scott Jensen, Representative Kristen Robbins, businessman Kendall Qualls, and attorney Chris Medell. Some candidates have already signaled they will bypass party gatekeepers and take their chances in the August 2026 primary. History is not on their side. Minnesota has not elected a Republican governor since 2002, when Tim Pawlenty won a three-way race. For donors, executives, and institutional stakeholders watching from the sidelines, the question is not merely who can win, but what kind of leadership the party is offering. Trump's endorsement of Lindell makes one thing clear: this race will not be fought quietly. It will be loud, personal, and nationalized. Whether that strategy produces a governor or simply another cautionary tale in the intersection of politics and business remains an open bet.
News. Now, you know you can't believe everything you see on TV.